Case or no case? That's right, y'all. For Spammyary, we're bringing back a popular segment. In today's video, I'm going to be reacting to Spencer Cornelia's video titled, "Is the NELK NFT Scam Worse Than CryptoZoo?" I'm going to react to this video, and I'm going to give my opinion on whether or not I think legal action could successfully be brought. Let's get started.
Attorney Tom.
The Nelk Boys like to party, they like to gamble, they like to hang with Dana White, and for about 3 months they liked NFTs. Gary Vee was the influence, their audience was the customer, and money was the motive. Nelk announced an NFT project. They promised it was a great investment. They promised benefits and a way to be included in the Nelk family. Their fans went wild. The NFT took off. $23 million raised. 2 years later, many are calling it a scam. ComfyZilla exposed CryptoZoo as the biggest NFT scam of 2022, but this may be worse. Much worse. How could the NELK NFT possibly be a worse scam than CryptoZoo? Let's explore. The Nelk Boys have been growing an audience for over 11 years as their first video was released in April 2013. In that time, they've amassed over 1.5 billion views on YouTube and over 8 million subscribers. They are certainly no strangers to controversy, with their pranks regularly resulting in cops being called, team members getting arrested, and their channel getting demonetized. But it was the NFT project they released in January 2022 that may end up causing the most controversy. If you want a reminder at how stupid NFTs were,
why did somebody just pay $400,000 for a JPEG of a rhinoceros with like a flame up its ass? Like, it's so confusing.
When NFT mania hype was reaching a fever pitch, Gary Vaynerchuk's appearance on their podcast ignited a passion in them for NFTs they didn't know they had, or maybe it was just them seeing the potential big payday. People were spending $15,000 on stupid NFTs like Meebits, and $5,000 for a cool cat.
Okay. I don't think anybody is going to dispute the fact that there was a lot of dumb money in the NFT space at this time. Now, when evaluating a case like this, the number one thing I want to know is, was this NFT a security? Okay, I'm not going to go into the minutia of what makes something a security, because what you need to know is the most important factor is how it's promoted. Was it promoted as something that is going to make the holder money? Is it going to make a profit? Is it an investment? That is the most important thing. It would be one thing if the cool cat said, hey, just own this cool JPEG because it's a JPEG. It's another thing if they say, hey, own this JPEG because it is going to go up in value. And I have a great press release from the SEC when they charged a NFT company called the Stoner Cats with an unregistered offering of a security via offering NFTs. And there's a great excerpt from here. It says, regardless of whether your offering involves beavers, chinchillas, or animal-based NFTs, under the federal securities law, it's the economic reality of the offering, not the labels you put on it or the underlying objects, that guides the determination of what's an investment contract and therefore a security, said a director of the SEC's Division of Enforcement. Here, the SEC's orders find that the Stoner Cats marketed its knowledge of crypto projects, touted that the price of their NFTs could increase, and took other steps that led investors to believe they would profit from selling the NFTs in the secondary market. It's therefore hardly surprising, as the others find, that Stoner Cat sold its entire supply of NFTs in just 35 minutes, generating proceeds of over $8 million, most of which were then resold, not held as collectibles in the secondary market within months. Do you see that? Do you see the intent? So it's not just having the picture. It's not just having the JPEG. It's, is this an investment? Is this going to go up in value? What are you getting from these things? And if it's a security, well, then a whole bunch of regulations attached to it. So that's what I'm going to be looking for when Spencer starts to tell us about this project. I don't take sponsors. The only thing I ask is that if you need a lawyer, contact my team for a free consultation. While most people know me as a catastrophic personal injury lawyer, I'm actually a partner at 2 law firms that handle way more than just catastrophic injury. If you were the victim of securities fraud, received a notification that your info was included in a data breach, developed cancer as a result of a bad drug or toxic exposure, and many other situations, we may be able to help. It's important you talk to a lawyer right away to understand your options. If your case is not the best fit with us, we can help you find a great lawyer by using our national network of attorneys. Please click the link down below for a free consultation.
These might have been obviously terrible investments on the consumer side, but it highlighted how much money could be made if you made promises attached to your JPEG.
Why not?
You guys have the meta card too, right?
Yeah.
So what's the plan with that?
A lot of I feel like that's just so new in the space too.
You guys got in early too at a good time.
Web3, right? So like I think we're going to be one of the biggest brands in Web3 in the Web3 space.
Many promises were made, including an entirely new business venture opening gyms.
Like once we open those gyms, those will be free to holders.
When we open gyms, those will be free to holders. That is value that could very well be an investment. I don't know. Did he say how much they sold for? I know he said $23 million total, but what was each NFT selling for? I don't know. That's probably irrelevant, but I can see where this is going.
It was such a hot item in their community that it sold out in 10 minutes. Their fans were willing to spend around $2,300 for each NFT. For that amount, you figure they're going to be receiving a lot of benefits, access to events, exclusive content, meet and greets, or maybe equity in the next company. More on that in a minute. At Mint, here is what was promised.
The FullSend MetaCard will give exclusive access to what FullSend does in the physical and metaverse. As a company, the FullSend goal is to launch more FullSend branded ventures, which include lounges, gyms, festivals, casinos, restaurants, and more. FullSend is going international. In addition, we will take these same ventures of products and physical locations and we'll launch them in the metaverse. This will include FullSend apparel, virtual stores, virtual festivals, metaverse casinos, and FullSend NFT recording artists. The list will continue to grow. Owning a FullSend MetaCard allows you to get in early on what is the beginning of a long journey for the FullSend brand. So getting in early and exclusive access to all of these ventures, these lounges, gyms, festivals, casinos, restaurants, and more, that surely sounds like, hey, if you invest in this now, you get all of these benefits, these investments. This is only going up in value. Kind of sounds like a security.
As we build out physical stuff,
Yeah.
and then everything we do in the digital world too, that's just going to be our key to everything that we do. All our future NFTs. We're going to be dropping a lot more NFTs very, very soon.
Okay, so representations that they're making more NFTs, building onto this ecosystem. Again, these are all things that could be used to make the case that it is a security.
Of course they are. Why wouldn't you? They raised $23 million and relinquished zero control, zero equity, and zero board seats for any future venture.
We're starting the process of opening the first FullSend gym in
How does that
OC.
process? Okay.
So he finds real estate,
Yeah.
and then he has like a whole team of people that design it, everything.
Is the
So-
first one we're gonna like build from scratch, or we're gonna just take over at 24 Fitness?
We don't know. No. It's we're trying to see, and we got to talk, Steve, and see how we want to do it, with what style we want to go with, and what kind of vibe and stuff.
See, but again, they're talking about this publicly. It sounds like they're going to go forward with this gym, which would give holding this NFT value.
If the vibe matched their brand, the gym would be a cigarette lounge stock full of happy dads and computers so they could stream their scammy gambling enterprise.
How far out do you
America.
think we are from opening the OC?
6 months.
Nice.
This was 6 months in February 19th, 2022. Okay, so, I mean, is it open?
Just start
But
coming out.
we could have like 5 to 6 this year.
As a surprise to no one who understands anything about the gym business, there are exactly 0 FullSend gyms.
Okay, so it's been 2 years plus. Nothing's open. This might be a fraudulent misrepresentation.
There was also mention of FullSend branded casinos. Here's the worst financial vice in the history of the world. Join Steve Will Do It's gambling addiction and throw your money away at FullSend's casino. NELK has sold out their fans for a few years now, monetizing at all costs, and I think the NFT is the worst example of this.
Why Kyle and I really wanted to talk to you is we have a very loyal fan base.
Yep.
And we haven't launched
Aware.
anything yet. We haven't launched anything yet because we're very mindful of when we launched, what do they get other than the flex?
Okay, that sounds like a statement that somebody could use against Nelk.
What the holders want is for NELK to fulfill the promises. This one holder messaged me promises from 2+ years ago how we are going to make you holders money back ASAP and promises of FullSend gyms.
We are going to make you holders money back ASAP. Okay. I don't know if this is true. This is just a quote from a text message. But if it is, it sounds very much like a security.
To give you an idea on the animosity building with the holders, I'm about to show you a message in the official Discord chat for the Metacard community. At Kyle Forjard, you're saying that you always say, stop making empty promises. You haven't done for this project, continue to ignore the hard questions. You've already lied to us multiple times, and we're the ones who are really supportive of this project, but you're driving us away. Kyle actually responded saying that he agrees with results being needed ASAP and that things are taking a while. These words were all empty because Kyle's last message in this Discord was August 2022. They raised $23 million, and Kyle hasn't spent a minute in the Discord in 18 months. Here's 2 messages of Kyle indicating that he'll jump in the Discord frequently and recognizes the growing frustration. What kicked this off was his initial message. He wrote, making sure our ventures are as profitable as possible so when we cut y'all in, it's worth it.
Wow. If this is really from the owner of Full Send, making sure our ventures are as profitable as possible so when we cut y'all in, it's worth it. Y'all, this sounds like a security.
Kyle mentioned that they were looking at the first Full Send sports bar will open in Miami with Dave Grutman. That message was sent March 28, 2022. We're coming up on 2 years, and my guess is they have had zero progress made on any of this. Kyle wrote, trust me, our goal is to not to make this a fan club. Y'all are the layer in between us and the rest of our fan base. Stuff should go to you guys first, and then you sell to the rest.
Stuff goes to y'all, and then you sell to the... Y'all, okay, God damn it. No. Here we go again. If. You know what? I don't even want to say it yet.
Check out the comments on Metacard's Instagram posts. We drop racks to support y'all and the project dumping massively. Nelk never been bigger than today, and y'all ain't even supporting the project like y'all said. Nelk fell off as soon as they cash grabbed with the Metacard, promised everything and delivered nothing but a couple free shirts. That's not entirely true. Let's see what the holders have been given. Remember, this is what $23 million has been spent on. The Metacard team held an event with Snoop Dogg a couple months after minting the NFTs. I've been told only about 300 people were able to attend out of the 7,000 holders.
Okay, so they did have a event, which would likely be a defense. They would say, hey, look, we're trying, we're doing our best. Well, you just have to look at the reasonableness of everything. Let's just say this event with Snoop Dogg cost $250,000. And I don't know how much it costs. I'm just making it up. If they raised $23 million, well, let's be reasonable, right?
I am announcing right now that my favorite perk is the supplements. I've been told holders get 50% off Nelk supplements. They paid $2,300 for an NFT, and then the biggest benefit thus far has been the ability to purchase more of their product. I've never seen a more genius sales strategy in my life.
We did our Full Send Metacard, so we dropped an NFT too.
Yeah.
And soon we're working on like a new venture, like we have Happy Dad. We're gonna launch like a new one, and we're gonna make them partners.
We're gonna make y'all partners. Again, just more representations that it's an investment.
This podcast was released 18 months ago and is another example of a covert promise made by Kyle to the holders of his $23 million venture capital fund.
There's a new product that we have that's going to come out the end of this year. And going back to, we want to take these products. We're going to do something with our NFT holders that can't really get into it yet because of details, but something where our NFT holders will be a big part of this.
The last thing we Metacard holders heard was that the jerky was getting released before 2024. We are 9 days overdue and the team hasn't said a thing. Can we at least get an update on what's happening? This is so unprofessional. I don't even have the words to describe it. One of the holders helped me go down a rabbit hole that I think is very noteworthy and has me really questioning what happened to all the money. There's a beef jerky company in LA called Supreme Beef Jerky. Later in the Kickstarter video, the owners are shown. One is named Ahmad. It's my belief that board jerky is just repackaged Supreme Beef Jerky. What is wrong with that? Well, absolutely nothing. But it did make me think about something relevant to this story. If the product was already made, assuming they already went through FDA testing and licensing and insurance and all the things a consumer good business would need to do in order to bring the product to market, then what was John's role in all of this?
The branding wasn't there, though. I was like, listen, I don't think anyone's going to buy that. But you've done the most hardest part. You've made a great product. Let me help you with the branding. I'll come up with something and let me help you with the distribution.
Okay, so his role is pretty clear, but if he never had to invest money into creating the product, then where exactly has the $23 million been spent? It for sure was not spent on the Snoop Dogg concert. They have a post indicating they gave away $250,000 of merch to the holders, and they had a suite to a recent LA Chargers game to meet with holders, and they claimed to hire from Metacard holders first, but all of that doesn't total $23 million. Last August, there was a pretty big SEC ruling charging Tom Bilyeu and Impact Theory with unregistered offerings of NFTs. It's alleged they raised about $30 million from investors. I bring this case up because the SEC appears to have put their foot down on what is allowed with NFTs and what will lead to a massive fine, so let's see how this ties in with Nelk's MetaCard.
No,
I think Happy Dad could easily be 10 plus billion.
10 plus billion. I think Happy Dad's gonna have a number of billion-dollar companies within it, right? I think Board Jerky itself is a billion-dollar company.
For multiple years, John and Kyle have insinuated that Board Jerky would be a company that gave equity to holders and that this venture would result in massive profits to the holders. Based on the SEC's ruling with impact theory, I believe Nelk would be offering a security as well if they were to eventually give up equity to the holders.
It's not just if they would give up equity, it's the representation. Okay, it can be a security right now.
John posted in April 2022 that a big announcement would arrive within the following 30 days. He also mentioned that the idea needed to be passed through legal. And here is Kyle's last post in the Discord community in August 2022. Apparently there's an ongoing joke within the community that John is always waiting on legal. Anytime someone asks for an update,
Okay, I don't need to see any more. Is there a case? Disclaimer, this isn't legal advice, not your lawyer, can't guarantee results, all that stuff. Based on what I'm seeing, I think there is a prima facie case that somebody could bring against Nelk for securities fraud. Now, of course, I would want to see the terms of the Meta NFT card. Do they have a class action waiver? Is that class action waiver enforceable? Who exactly issued it? All of these sorts of things. But it just, my instincts are telling me that there's a case. All right, talk to you later.